Hey guys, welcome back. BDCKR here. We're back with our weekly recap of all things Injustice. This is for the 12th of March, 2020. The current character challenge is Injustice 2 Superman. That's a 1 week repeat. And the required characters for that are Harley Quinn, Solomon Grundy, and Doomsday, who you can get at bronze, and silver, respectively. The passive is Kryptonian Fortitude, which is as follows. Every time Superman tags in, he takes no damage from the first special received, and bonus 5% damage and 5% health per promotion. His stats are 1300 attack and 1500 health.
So it probably goes without saying this is probably one of the best individual cards. He's got great high stats, among the highest of the golds. And before this challenge, he was most recently available July 2019, so not too long ago. The most obvious part of his passive is the shield that he gets. And unlike other tag-in passives, even if you have him in the first slot from the beginning, you still get the shield.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah. And what's even better is that you can manage his shield so that it doesn't trigger automatically. If you block a special when the shield is active, you'll take block damage, but you'll keep your shield. And you might want to do that if the person you're facing isn't so bad, but you're afraid of Luchador Bane or Arkham Knight Batgirl tagging in and doing a lot of damage, right?
Yeah.
But listen, here's the thing. If they've got Tantu Totem, they'll just hit you again before you break out a stun and after they've cracked open your shield. So it's sort of interesting, but it's less helpful with Tantu Totem.
Yeah, but he is sort of the gold standard for an individual card.
Yeah. I think him and Arkham Knight Batman are probably the two best individual cards.
That's true.
So the second part of his passive that gets easily overlooked is the boost per promotion. So the precedent that we've got for boosts is 8% per promotion that Arkham Origins Deathstroke gets for his damage, and 8% health that Mortal Kombat X Scorpion gets for health.
Yeah.
But he gets both, so
more balanced.
Yeah, 5% of each is, to me, is better than 8% of either.
Yeah, to personally, I think having it bias towards damage would still be maybe better just for the way that we play.
Yeah.
But it's much better than risking the fact that they might have done it for health instead.
Right. So he's got a huge, he's got high damage. He's got a passive that helps both damage and health. He's got and then is also has a defensive element to it. Yeah. As a well-rounded overall card, he's great. He's
you can really sort of build him as a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
This week's multiplayer award is Nightwing's Ninjato, which becomes the Brandished Ninjato. And when it is fully leveled up, its effects are retarget 90% of enemy area of effect damage to wielder of this item with 50% damage absorbed, 40% max health increase. On Nightwing, reflect 16% damage, and the evolved ability, which when maxed out gives 300% of received area of effect damage as power.
Right. So last available September 2019. And we've been keeping track of this. This is the 23rd in a row that matches the previous multiplayer rewards pattern. So if next week is Riddler's Staff, which becomes Kane, or it's the other way around, I think Kane becomes, I can't remember. That would be 24 in a row, which is a lot, right? We're talking about almost 6 months.
Yeah, close to half a year.
Yeah. So I know some people really like this gear, given how often we see it on metal teams, specifically seeing it on Batman Ninja Nightwing.
Yeah, and that makes sense because we're seeing it on defensive.
Right. I gotta say, I still haven't found a good use for it on our teams. There's besides the power, there's very little offensive potential. And the only way to get offensive potential out of it is you gotta be facing someone who gives splash damage, and then it gives you a bunch of power. Mm-hmm. And the biggest potential splash damage cards are Luchador Bane and any of the Batgirls, and they so rarely get a chance to hit us like that. Taking up an entire gear slot to generate the power for those few specific situations, it just doesn't seem like it's worth a slot.
Yeah.
So you're right. It's definitely a more defensive gear. You could use it on a team if you're planning to leave it for defense and MP. It's just that that's not how we roll.
Yeah, and also, the less people that are playing consistently, the less relevant it is, right? You're getting less and less battles.
Right.
To actually get the benefits of it. So in the store, we have the Injustice 2 Aquaman pack. That is $12.99 Canadian. It's only one copy, won't unlock in your store. It's probably a clue for next week's challenge. In all likelihood, that's what we'll be seeing, but it's never 100% for sure.
Right.
We also have the Suicide Squad pack for 26 Canadian, which comes with Suicide Squad Harley Quinn and Suicide Squad Joker. So, not great, not terrible.
Yeah.
All of these are a little bit steep if you want to be supporting the devs, right? Like we generally recommend. So character packs are just not the place that we would invest real actual money in.
I think the best place still to me is energy recharges, because it means you're playing the game more, you're supporting the devs, and it gives you something back that you can actually value, because if you like the game, you just get to play it more.
Yeah. In Survivor, we have the League of Assassins gear set until the 25th of March, 2020.
So this is another weird week, right? Because it's the same gear set that we were able to get on the account that actually got the described gear.
Yeah.
Instead of Suicide Squad, right? But it shifted the date from the 18th to the 25th.
Yeah.
Which just doesn't seem to happen. Something's up, and I'm not sure what.
Yeah, so that's weird, but that's what's going on right now.
Right.
Phantom Zone isn't back yet.
Fight 62 still broken, and we've got a special event. I don't know really what's the occasion, but we've got double XP for the next 3 days. So covering the weekend. Yeah, exactly. Speaking of weekend, last weekend's breakthrough was Cyborg, Batgirl, and Black Adam. So based on the schedule, likely this weekend's going to be Deadshot, Wonder Woman, and Static. So it's one of the 2 weeks, I think, that has two of the characters that were out of the rotation for the longest time. And like we say, we've got a link to the subreddit, the thread where Devlin16 lists all the breakthroughs, and just where he's got the gap, just ignore that. There's no gap. It does go in that order.
So there we go. Moving on to the current glitches, just remember that every working glitch is explained in a video as part of the playlist that you can reach by clicking the eye in the top right corner of this video, and we always update that as soon as we know anything, which has been relevant this past week, which we'll be able to get into. There has been some changes in a positive direction.
Yeah, the past couple weeks actually.
Yeah, it's been a tumultuous little while, but there's positive changes both for just doing glitches in general and also for what that says about Injustice.
Yes.
So we'll start off with the significant not working glitches, which has lost a member.
Yes. All right, so the not working glitches, there's no glitch for power credits. We are willing to endorse that. Qualification is really important because there is a glitch that people are using. We talk about this more in Season 6, Episode 9 of what used to be our P and Q and C and A and T every week.
Now a Q&A.
Yeah, so it's the main point is that it requires you to have two devices logged in the same account simultaneously. We consider that too high risk for having your account suspended, so we don't endorse that. We're not going to not only we're not going to test it, we're definitely not going to be explaining to people how to do it.
Yeah. Other stuff you can't do. You can't get past multiplayer season rewards repeatedly. You can't get early multiplayer season rewards. You can't get through the Phantom Zone supernaturally quickly.
Right, when it's around.
Yeah. You cannot get free energy without watching the video because you can't click on the button to watch the video in the first place.
Right. So maybe... so that's...
Oh, I guess I moved that out of the limbo zone.
That's true.
I've decided that it's just not working today.
Right. So now we can get to the working glitches. And the biggest news of the week, and a reason why, if you want to stay as updated as possible, check our playlist, because a couple days ago we already updated it. The challenge reset glitch and probably the Phantom Zone replay glitch, when it's back, we will test it specifically on that. They are both working again, potentially. Well, the challenge reset 100%. Now that the game can connect to Google Play again, not only does that mean those two, well, the challenge reset glitch is working, the Phantom Zone replay is probably working.
Presumed to be working.
Yeah, it gives me hope that not everybody at Warner Brothers or NetherRealm is asleep at the wheel. And
so some minimal amount of effort has been put in to fixing something.
Yeah. So there's at least a remote chance that something else good might happen.
Eventually. So, no guarantees, but yeah, holding out hope.
So it's been tested and confirmed on Injustice 2 Superman. Just remember, even though Phantom Zone isn't here, if you get in the habit of doing challenge reset glitch, just remember when the Phantom Zone is back, they're both pretty much the same glitch. So if you reset progress in one, you're going to reset progress in both. So make sure it's progress that you're willing to give up.
Yeah. And we've also cut and pasted a comment from viewer Jonathan Yang on how to reset the challenge on an iOS device if you're on iOS, and we've had comments that works.
And it still works,
pretty regularly,
right,
actually.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Breakthrough glitch to let you play it repeatedly is still working. We've also, for that, cut and pasted into the description a comment with a potential solution for people who are having trouble playing extra breakthroughs. Can't confirm whether or not this works since we haven't had the same problem, but you can check that out for yourself if you are having difficulties.
Mm-hmm. So the airplane mode / refund glitch still working. Good for packs with random drops, also known as loot boxes, and last laugh tickets. It basically works for anything that you can do while you're disconnected from the internet. So when you've got something like the Phantom Zone, the Final Crystal, that requires you to be connected, this clearly will not work.
Mm-hmm. So there we go. Time shifting still works in Android for unlimited survivor play and energy recharges. As always, return your clock back to normal before you finish. And finally, in between not working and working glitches, which for some reason I've demoted the free energy glitch from this sort of in-between space.
It feels different.
Yeah. We have the promotion glitch where you can promote characters that are still locked. Hasn't had the right conditions since update 2.14, so it's not testable and it's not usable. And I'm going to put the energy without having to watch a video glitch here again, because I don't know, it does feel different.
Yeah.
It just feels like it's not working anymore because it's not there. But technically, it fits all the same criteria that the promotion glitch does, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm just so used to the promotion glitch being the only one in this slot that it feels weird to let something in on the spotlight, I guess.
Okay. And so that's it for this week. We'll wrap it up by saying that we have a Patreon. And if you want to support what we do with more than reviews, click on our avatar at the bottom right corner at the end of the video. A big thank you to Consul Peasant and Edwoon, who are supporting us at the top tier last word. To Mohammed Albshaiti, supporting us at the Your Message Here tier. Shawn, Farrell, Daniel Simonson, Aaron Maule, Michael DeVries, and Brandon C., who are supporting us at the credited level. And Chris Wolff and Scarlet Enby at the gratitude level.
Yeah, so thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Komoda.